Welcome back, everyone, to Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast. I'm Jared.
Hi, I'm Terry.
Change the font again, a little more creepier.
Yeah, that looks good.
I want to keep playing with it. Alright, so today, we came back from Vegas. We had a good time.
We did. So much fun.
One thing we do have to go over is one thing I've been wanting to get into for a very long time now. And here's a video about what we're doing. Alright, we are actually, very shortly, on our way to the Friday the 13th minicon we've been advertising for so long. So we leave in what, like an hour?
Yes.
Alright, so we just wanted to get this video in. It's a fun video. We're sorry we could not take pictures or videos inside. It's understandable. The dude has spent a ton of money on this place with everything inside. We're going to go over some of what they have inside, but I'm going to leave some for the imagination because at HH365, we don't give up stuff.
No, but if you ever are out in Vegas, you have to stop there.
No. You need to go to Vegas to go there.
Just to go there.
It was worth the flight, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was fun.
So first off, we're going to do our little ad because we're out of ads up until probably for a while now. So let's see it. So get your haunt gear, if not just logo stuff like this cool stuff. Well, you can't get the hat and the polo on that site. I'm sorry, but you can't get this t-shirt. You want a model for me? Oh, look at that. Very nice. We've actually improved a little bit, so feel free to get that. Among...
Just rolled over my toe.
I need a now hiring video.
I'm still like sluggish from Vegas.
For just a clip. Now hiring at Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast.
Shut up, yes.
Alright, so let's get this done so we can go check out the Friday the 13th minicon. What do you say?
Oh, yeah.
You'll be fine. But, as you know, Zak Bagan's opened a haunted museum. So today, we're going to review the Zak Bagan's Haunted Museum, because that's what we do here. Alright, but to begin this story, let's talk a little bit about Mr. Zak Bagans. Honestly, I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Ghost Adventures follower, so I had to look some of this up. I'm honest with you, I know.
I'm not either.
I mean, I love ghosts. I love ghost research. I don't hate Zak Bagans, I just never really watched.
I may have watched one or two episodes, but I wasn't every episode. I mean, he's been on TV a long time.
He has. So to begin this story, let us start off with a little background of the museum owner, Mr. Zak Bagans. Zak was born in Washington, D.C., but raised in Glen Ellen, Illinois.
Zak started his television career in 2004 with a documentary-style film called Ghost Adventures. The film aired on Sci-Fi Channel in 2007. The series began on the Travel Channel in 2008 and has aired for 25 seasons with fresh episodes still airing today.
That's a long time.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, he's almost 20 years in. That's crazy. Zak began his interest in the paranormal when he was 10 years old. He would look through yard sales with his mom to search for weird and spooky collectibles, and I think he threw them all in this museum.
Oh, there's so much.
His interest in the unusual turned into a lifelong pursuit for answers about the afterlife, not only through the study of earthbound energy, but also through years of science-based research using a multitude of specifically engineered equipment to measure fluctuations in the environment, more so to communicate with the dead. Now that we've covered some of what makes Mr. Baggins tick, let us journey into one of the finest collections I've ever seen. This place, for me, will rival any Smithsonian and/or federal, state, or private museum. Let us learn a little bit about the history of where the museum actually stands, because this was kind of a cool story that they tell you while you're in there. The 11,000 square foot property, and this house was never ending.
You wouldn't know that looking from it on the outside.
Right. It was originally owned by a prominent businessman, Cyril S. Through the years, hostile spirits, family members who passed away there, and whose energy remains have been rumored to roam the halls, terrorizing past occupants. Longtime Las Vegans, people that lived in Las Vegas even claimed dark rituals took place in the home's basement during the 1970s. A fun fact that we did learn is that adult actress Gemma Jameson once lived on the actual property, and she claims there were some very dark magic, sacrifices, and huge occult gatherings in the basement. She had begged Zak not to set up shop there, but all communication ceased after Zak built this museum. Zak opened the museum in 2018. So, like I said, this isn't going to be a super long episode because we don't want to give the stuff away, but we really don't have rankings for museums. Maybe it's something we can start.
Yeah, well, there's not really many horror haunted.
No, but we don't have to
museums.
do haunted museums. We can do
Yeah.
museums. I mean, we're a haunt website, but we do horror
I know,
cons.
that's true.
Well, we're not grifted in
I
there.
know.
We could do whatever we want.
I know, that's true.
We're not federally funded or anything. We can do, if I want to go do a fairy tales exhibit, I'm going to fucking cover it on the podcast.
Go for it.
No one has handcuffed me. Like I said, we're not going to get into every exhibit in this video, as we always like to leave some for the imagination. But right now, I need to talk about my favorite room in the house. That's the serial killer room.
Go ahead.
Talking to the mic.
No, I was gonna say it. Every room was set up like you felt like you were there. It was so cool.
Yeah, every room had a different theme, which held a different object, many objects. The serial killer room was set up like a jail cell, as it should be, but it had stuff that I really thought was gone to history. They had Charles Manson's remains after he was cremated.
Yes.
They had his death robe donated by, I think it was Charlie's grandson, right?
If I'm
Or
yes,
nephew or
something like that.
Then they had Ted Bundy's rape kit, which still didn't get convicted because police dropped the ball on Ted Bundy 1,000 times.
The Night Stalker's cursed shirt.
The Night Stalker's cursed shirt. Some of the infamous John Wayne Gacy art.
Yes.
Ted Bundy's glasses. The whole room was full of just serial killer history. I mean, I'm kind of happy it's there and not in private hands, because it would kind of creep me out if it was private hands.
That's true.
So, I mean, that was my favorite room, along with Dr. Kevorkian's office. Now, Kevorkian will go down in history as one of the most, prolific names. But here's where I stand with Dr. Kevorkian. I'm 100% on Kevorkian's side. If a patient's terminal and does not wish to continue out their days, what is so wrong with doctor-assisted suicide? Would you rather the doctor assist in the suicide, or would you rather the patient blow their brains out in the kitchen and then the family has to see all that?
I agree.
I mean, realistically, this is safer. This is less tragic on the rest of the family. Some people don't want to live out cancer. Some people don't want to live out, heart failure. This is fine to me. I know there was other arguments that he would diagnose people as terminal, and sometimes they weren't, but I haven't found any proof of that. But for me, if I have stage, I don't know the stages of cancer, but if I have stage 10 cancer and I'm dying, and every day is more painful than the next, I want to die when I'm still feeling good. Instead of suffering through all that pain just to end up dead. So they had an office set up looking like Dr. Kevorkian's office, and they had his van where he would actually do a lot of the killings. Well, killings or assisted suicide, whatever you want to call it. Wherever on the river you stand, I'm on the Kevorkian side. I'm not telling you you're wrong if you're on the other side. It makes no difference to me. But they had the van that had a nice little story saying that they thought the van was gone forever, that it was crushed. But Mr. Zak Bagan found a way to find this van and actually fit it in this damn house.
That's the other thing I didn't even think about.
Yeah, they had to take out a wall or something. Another favorite one of mine is the Demon House from Indiana. Zach had bought the property to do a very long investigation, and they did find a bunch of evil shit buried in that basement. In this museum, you can see everything found, and he even brought the stairwell with the banister to the museum.
That was cool. That was probably one of my favorites.
And the one favorite piece for me that I need to figure out how to get home
Yeah, we'll just roll it right up.
is he has a rug that sat in Al Capone's smoking room. And the rug is literally tattered with Al Capone's cigar ash burns. And this was concluded or proven by his granddaughter. So there's actually... Zak Bagan has a lot of stuff, but he also has a lot of...
stuff to back it up.
Yeah, first and second hand accounts backing this up, such as Ed Gein's cauldron, the Ed Gein cauldron.
Yes.
So he actually has family members of the lady who got that from the Ed Gein estate. So like, it's not just shit sitting up on a shelf saying, "Hey, look, this does this."
Well, just like the van that was sitting in there, he actually had the title.
Yeah, he had the title. And he had the birth certificates of James Jemison's brother.
Yes.
Proving that they actually did live on the property. So, like, as much as you want to say that's not the real thing, this is a museum prop, he's got stories and convincing details to show that... Oh,
wrong mug.
That's alright. That doesn't matter. This is a quick run through. We just wanted to definitely give this museum our seal of approval. What about you? What was your favorite room?
Of course, I like the dolls.
The haunted dolls.
The haunted dolls. Even the creepy one that was locked in a cabinet.
Peggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so an interesting story why we're in this museum. All the power went out.
Yeah. The poor tour guide was, her eyeballs were like as big as saucers. And she gets on her mic and go, "Did we lose power?"
Yeah. So the power goes out, and a door behind me and another guest starts shaking. And the other woman turned around, so I knew I wasn't losing my shit. So
yeah, I heard it too, but I'm like, I'm just going to ignore it and walk away.
We definitely saw some activity with that. Just that door shaking right there was enough for me.
And that was a cool room. Sorry. That was a cool room that we were in when that happened. The Ghostbuster.
It was outside the Ghostbuster closet.
Mm-hmm.
It was by the Michael Jackson death chair.
Yes.
They have the chair from Michael Jackson's room where he died, where the doctor administered the Perforol.
Yes.
A lot of cool stuff. Some Patrick Swayze stuff. The how do you say that word? The Dubiak box? That's super protected?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how they pronounced it. They had all the...
Dubiak box, yeah.
All the items that were in it.
Yeah.
On display.
It's supposed to be the most intense thing in that collection, which is, I mean, it's super protected. It's in a box full of Jewish prayer written on it. Kind of like
Yes.
13 Ghosts, where they have the prayers written on the walls of the house. Then it's protected by salt and everything.
And some of the cases were actually protected by gold.
Yeah, yeah. Some of them were lined with gold. It was pretty cool because, like, for us, we were going in every room no matter what. But the more intense rooms with the more intense objects, there would be a holding pattern. They would put you in a room, they'd show you the video of what you're about to see so you can make that choice if you want to go in that room.
Yes.
Which I thought was very smart and adds to the intensity exhibits.
It does, and some people decided not to
Pussies.
go in some rooms.
Pussies. Sorry, was that out loud? But, I mean, we didn't... Someone did look in the eyes of a doll
Up
when
his
they were
doll.
specifically told not to. And then they woke up with a black tongue.
And my eye freaked out as soon as we left there. Like,
Yeah.
not even when I was still in there. I felt like my eye was pulling.
Yeah, so that we dealt with that. So in about 27 days, I guess I'm looking for an exorcist or a divorce lawyer or something. I mean, then we'll really be hiring at HalloweenHaunts365.com, the podcast.
I'm going to stand over you while you're sleeping.
So what other exhibits really stood out to you?
The clown. The haunt, like the...
Oh, yeah, they did have like a little clown haunt walkthrough.
Haunt walk
With like a nice slam panel and a jumping animatronic. It was fun. It was kind of like being back at a haunt.
It was
Made me
cool.
excited about tonight, where we had the Brighton Asylum after the Friday the 13th mini-con.
Yes.
And you know who's going to be in Brighton Asylum, right?
Frankie.
Yep, Frankie. Frankie will be there. But that's not who I'm getting at.
I know, but I'm just going to ignore that and just say Frankie.
Yep, Frankie will be there. We got to get some video. I'm trying to rework the intro for 4K. Because some of the videos were really... Because I couldn't export it 4K, so it's not 4K, and it's bothering me that it's not in 4K.
Well, we'll just reshoot.
Yeah, we'll reshoot some stuff. But, I mean, this
Hopefully
place...
the rain holds off.
No, it's going to rain. We're going to get wet. It's just what we do. But, yeah, this museum...
The museum, when you get there, they say that it's going to be 2 hours long, but it was so worth it. It was longer than that. And I guess depending on how many questions you ask the tour guide, too, because they answer everything.
Yes, yes. I'm
They were
not a
great.
huge fan of tour guided tours. If you can't tell, I usually know more than the person giving the tour.
They had you beat.
Not really. They just went over the objects. But they were really fun. It's about 2.5 hours, so make sure you got your walking shoes on. And my back was killing me when we were walking through there. Mm-hmm. Just because we did 17,000 steps each day up until then, and we didn't go till Thursday. So we landed in Vegas Friday, so we had like 5 days of 4-mile walking.
Some days we did 5 miles.
Yeah, we did a lot.
We covered a lot. We did a lot.
We also visited the Titanic Museum, which we'll cover with a cool video later. I don't know if we're going to do a full podcast on it, but we might, since it's still the off season and we're still waiting for haunts to come out. The haunt schedule should be dropping, I'm thinking, next month. So we'll start putting that together as best as we can, and, you know, it's all weather permitted and everything. But I mean, this has been Zak Bagan's. This stood out to me more than most of them for our Vegas trip.
I'd go back.
I'd go back. Definitely do the RIP. It's only like, it is a little more expensive, a little more than it needs to be expensive, but you get a t-shirt, you get the lanyard, and you get a couple more scenes that they don't give the general public. I mean, they were 2-second scenes, so I mean, I don't think we missed anything, but if you're there for that, do it. We were there for other stuff, so we skipped on it, and I kind of wish we did it just to see more of the museum or more of the house. The house itself's amazing.
The house was gorgeous.
I mean, as you can see, it's got a dark history.
I think it was, what, 30 rooms?
33 rooms.
33 rooms.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And he's got it set up just like a haunt. Every room's creepy with the flickering lights and everything. And there's a lot of videos showing... I don't know why that's blasting into the red so hard. But there's a lot of videos showing him in the rooms and security footage that have been... Like when the case blew off.
Yes.
That one exhibit. That
And the one he doesn't go in unless he has somebody with him.
Because apparently he got thrown up against the wall. I was waiting to get thrown up against the wall, but that didn't happen. She just got possessed. But that's alright. We'll figure that out. Oh, like I said, guys, this was worth the trip. I wanted to come in and record this as soon as possible. This is going to be a short one because we have a schedule today.
Yes, we do. We got to stay on it.
We got to go to work to bring you more content.
As much as I am scared to death, I'm going to be a trooper and go.
We'll be recording the Brighton Asylum review tomorrow, so that might drop before this. I'm not sure yet. But it's going to be a good time. I'm excited to get back up there, see Rich, see Frankie, see the whole cast, see what changes he's made, which is, I'm sure, many.
I'm sure.
That team works extremely hard. And then definitely going to have a lot of footage from the Friday the 13th minicon that you guys have seen numerous videos about for the last 3 months. And then we'll start getting into their plans for December, which we will be a part of.
That's going to be fun.
Yep. So keep it here, where every day is haunt season. This is Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.